else was to read to the class today, so Keeley and I decided to record a story that she wanted me to read to you. Keeley, what's the name of the story?
Beauty and the Beast.
Once upon a time, there was a prince who was very handsome, but also selfish and unkind. One cold winter's night, a poor old woman went to his castle and asked if he could stay there. The cruel prince refused. Then the woman revealed that she was an enchantress. As punishment for his behavior, she put the prince and all who lived in his castle under a powerful spell. The prince was turned into a terrible beast, and all of his servants were changed into enchanted household objects. Mrs. Potts, the cook, and her son, Chip, became a teapot and a teacup. Cogsworth, the head butler, became a mantel clock, and Lumiere, the maitre d', became a candelabrum. According to the spell, the prince and all his servants would change back into humans only if the prince learned to love someone and be loved by his 21st birthday. Because he was so ashamed of his hideous appearance, the beast kept himself hidden in his castle. He could only see the outside world through a magical mirror. Not far from the castle, there lived a lively young woman named Belle. She longed for a life of excitement and adventure, but in her small village, the only adventure to be found was in the books that she loved to read. Gaston, a hunter who lived in the same village, had no interest at all in books, but he was interested in Belle. "She's the lucky girl I'm going to marry," he bragged to his friends. Belle, on the other hand, thought Gaston was a bully who was only interested in himself, so she had no intention of marrying him. One dark winter day, Belle's father, Maurice, started out on a journey. On his way through the forest, he and his horse, Philippe, got lost. As night fell, Maurice sought shelter in a gloomy castle, the same castle where the beast lived. Maurice was greeted by the beast's servants, Cogsworth and Lumiere. They were glad to have company and eagerly welcomed him. Maurice was quite surprised that the servants were enchanted household objects, but he was happy to have a warm place to stay. Cogsworth was worried about what would happen if his master saw their unexpected guest. The beast was very ferocious and didn't like anyone from the outside world to see him. When the beast discovered that Maurice was in the castle, he roared, "You are not welcome here!" He believed that Maurice had come to make fun of his terrible appearance, and so he dragged him off to the dungeon. Maurice was very frightened. The next morning, Maurice's horse arrived at home alone. Belle knew something had gone terribly wrong. "Where's Papa?" she cried. Take me to him." She climbed on Philippe's back and rode all the way to the beast's castle. Belle bravely went through the gate and into the castle, but her courage was not to be rewarded. The beast refused to release Maurice. "There's nothing you can do," said the beast. "He's my prisoner." Only when Belle offered to take her father's place forever did the beast finally agree to let him go. Maurice went back to the village to round up some help. "I need your help. He's got her locked in the dungeon," he cried. "Slow down, Maurice. Who's got Belle locked in a dungeon?" asked Gaston. "A beast, a horrible, monstrous beast," replied Maurice. Gaston began to plot his next move. He would rescue Belle and convince her to marry him. At the castle, the beast's enchanted servants tried to make Belle feel at home. Cogsworth, Lumiere, Mrs. Potts, and little Chip knew that if Belle and the beast fell in love, the spell over the castle would be broken. The beast didn't think that someone as beautiful as Belle would ever fall in love with him, but the servants were hopeful. The servants even hosted an amazing dinner just for Belle, complete with music and candlelight. The forks, spoons, napkins, and plates all danced together. They thought that maybe if Belle grew to like the castle, she would grow to like their master as well. From the very beginning of Belle's time at the castle, the beast was kinder to her than he had been to her father. He allowed her to live in a room instead of the dungeon. He rescued her from the wolves that attacked her when she tried to run away. When the beast got hurt fighting the wolves, Belle helped him back to the castle and bandaged him. The beast was touched by her kindness. One day he decided to do something special for her. "Belle," he said, "there's something I want to show you, but first you have to close your eyes. It's a surprise." He led her into a room and asked her to open her eyes. In front of Belle was the most magnificent library she had ever seen. "I have never seen so many books," she exclaimed. "It's yours," said the beast. Each day the beast tried his hardest to be pleasant. Belle slowly grew fonder of him. One night they had a romantic dinner together. The beast dressed in a dashing blue coat and Belle wore a golden gown. They talked and laughed. Then he whirled her around the ballroom floor in a beautiful dance. But Belle's heart still ached for her father. "If only I could see him again," she told the beast. "There is a way," he replied. He handed her a small mirror. "This mirror will show you anything you wish to see." Belle asked to see her father. Maurice appeared in the mirror, looking tired and sick. "He may be dying, and he's all I have," she told the beast sadly. "Then you must go to him," urged the beast. He loved Belle too much to keep her away from her father, even if she was his only hope to break the spell. Belle returned to her village and nursed her father back to health. She told everyone how kind the beast had been. Gaston became very angry. He got a hold of the magic mirror that the beast had given Belle and convinced the villagers that the beast was dangerous and should be destroyed. Then he led an angry mob to the castle. Mrs. Potts tried to warn the beast that his castle was under attack, but after Belle left, he had lost all desire to go on. "It doesn't matter now," he said. "Just let them come." But the beast's servants weren't going to give up that easily. With all their might, they fought back against the mob of townspeople. When they had finally driven the mob away, the servants cheered. They had won! Gaston, however, was still on the grounds. He found the beast and attacked. Soon the two of them were fighting on the castle rooftop. Midway through the battle, the beast heard Belle's voice in the distance. She had come back! With new determination, he grabbed Gaston's club and the two struggled. In a last attempt to kill the beast, Gaston lost his footing and fell to his death. The fight was finally over. Belle rushed to the beast's side. He was badly wounded. "You came back," he whispered. Belle's tear fell upon the beast. "Of course I came back," she cried. "I love you." With those magical words, the spell was broken. The beast was transformed into a handsome prince, and the enchanted servants became human once more. It's a miracle! At last, Belle had found what she had always longed for, a life full of excitement, romance, and adventure, and she and her prince lived happily ever after. The end.